Alright guys, so we're getting into the boat. This is it. The City Cruises. One lower. Come on.
Halfway down to Tower.
Yeah. Alright. Guys, I can't believe we did it. We made it.
Here to your left is Whitehall. Within Whitehall Court Mansions, there is a new attraction in London now, the Winston Churchill Wartime Memorial Offices. That is in the mansions. There's also a lovely hotel in there, known as the Royal Horse Guards Hotel. That is a 5-star in London. The first bridge we're going underneath today, this is Charing Cross Railway Bridge. Either side of the bridge is the Golden Jubilee walkways. And this is a very known fact here on the Thames. If you wave to the people on the first bridge and you get a little wave back, well, you are guaranteed 5 years of good luck. So go on, you lot. A fantastic way to start the tour with 5 years of good luck. Give them a little wave as we go through.
Ahoy! 5 years, good luck.
There's another one on the other side, so go on, keep waving. Keep smiling as we go.
Yeah, we got waves back.
Did everyone get a wave back?
Yes, 5 years, good luck.
You enjoy that 5 years of good luck.
Yes, we're gonna
There's
enjoy
the
that.
Royal Festival Hall on the right, the last remaining building from the Festival of Great Britain, which was back in 1951. The building, it has the finest acoustics in all the world. It's drawn in a lot of big acts over the years. People like Liza Minnelli, Elton John, Frank Sinatra, and even Pavarotti. They have performed in the concert hall to the right. If you stay to the right, ladies and gentlemen, this area on your right, this is well worth a visit. This is the south bank of the Thames. There is a Thames pathway. It starts at the London Eye, it goes down to Tower Bridge. You walk on the pathway, you come across traditional pubs, markets, street performers. This is known as the 80% female workforce, whilst the men, they were out fighting for the king and the country. The ladies, they built the bridge, and it is the only bridge here on the River Thames to be built on time and also under budget. So ladies, you done a fantastic job on the bridge during the Second World War. Very hard times, you built the bridge. If you look here to the right as well, you've got the National Theatre there, the Royal National Theatre. It has the electrical sign going across. You wouldn't think it is the National Theatre, because year on year it gets voted as the ugliest building on the banks of the River Thames. It has been described before as looking like a multi-storey car park. You would have heard the saying, no, do not judge a book by its cover. It applies to that building. 3 of the finest theatres in the world. On the left-hand side, you've got the vessel in the river itself with the black canopy on the top. This is called the St. Catherine, and it used to be the former Royal Barge. When the royal family wanted to come onto this river, this is the boat they would have went aboard of. It is no thought you would have seen in London today. There is a gorgeous, golden, tropical, sandy beach. Who would have thought London finest beaches in the world. This afternoon that beach will be absolutely packed. The adults, they build sandcastles, they sunbathe, and the children, what they like to do is they like to run down to the polluted water and they pick up objects such as tyres and broken bottles. Now this is called in London a traditional family day out, and it is free to go to that beach. Very popular in Japan, in Canada, America, and even in this country is the Oxo Gravy Cube. There's the Oxo Towers there to the right. That's where they used to make the famous Gravy Cube. They do it in Lancashire today, further up the country. And this building is a shopping centre in the middle. This building is a shopping centre at the bottom. In the middle is luxury apartments. And at the top is the Harvey Nichols restaurant. And if you look in front of us here, you will see the new railway bridge. They've done a lot of work to it. They upgraded it. They have turned it into the first station to span the river. So that means the platforms, they are above us. The reason they've done all their work was for the Olympics back in 2012. They thought everyone was going to rush to London to watch the Olympic Games. They would have to build a new station. Unfortunately, they finished this station above us about 2 years ago. So just a little bit too late for the 2012 Olympics, a few years too late. You see the building on the right with the concrete building with a tall chimney on it. This is the old Bankside Power Station. Today it is home to the Tate Modern Art Gallery. The dome at the cathedral, it is the second largest dome in the world to stand on a building. The first one is at St. Peter's in the Vatican City in Rome. If you look above the dome, you can see the black metal railings. This is a viewing platform, so you can go up there and you can look over London. Mind you, you do have to climb to the platform. There are 527 steps, but the views, they are well worth the walk. You can actually go to that cathedral today free of charge. You can go there at 4 p.m. this afternoon. You can watch the service, doesn't cost you a penny. What a fantastic experience to watch a service at St. Paul's on a Sunday. And as I mentioned, it's free of charge. Because it is free, what they do ask you to do, just as they do in most churches around the world, they ask you to make a donation. And even James Bond, they were filmed in that pub. Me and my friend, the captain who is driving the boats, we do spend a lot of time in that pub. We visit that pub after work every single night. We do research in the pub. And we research the commentary which we provide you. It takes hours and hours, but it's all for you guys. Nice place for the research. If you look here to the right hand side, just behind these buildings here to the right, is the very famous Borough Market. The Borough Market sells flowers and food from all around the world. If you go to the Borough Market tonight, which as I mentioned, just behind those buildings there, it turns into like a little town. You've got lovely restaurants and bars, all within the very famous Borough Market. And for the American people, they tend to know the story about London Bridge. This is the 5th one to span this part of Thames over 2,000 years. Bridge before this, the 4th one, was sinking into the mud. So they took it down, they sold it to an American man, and what he done with it is he shipped it over to the States. He had it rebuilt over Lake Havasu in Arizona. Robert McCulloch was the man who took the project on. He didn't come to London to see the bridge. He thought he was buying the other London Bridge, which we know as Tower Bridge. You can only imagine his face when that bridge, it turned up on the ship. He opened up the box, he must have been distraught. He only paid $2 million for it. There was no way he was going to get Tower Bridge for $2 million. If you look over here to your left hand side, you can see the sandy colour building. It has the fish weather vanes on the top, the old Billingsgate fish market. There has been a fish market on this site for over 600 years. Very famous people have started their working career as fish porters in the market. You may be familiar with Del Boy, David Jason from the Only Fools and Horses. He worked in there. Belfast was built in the same dockyard as the Titanic, the Harland and Wharf dockyard in Northern Ireland. Now as we get closer to Belfast, you can see that flag flying there. You see that flag at the front of the ship? That's called a Union Jack flag. It is the only Union Jack you will see today. To be a Union Jack flag, it's got to be flown from a wooden jackstaff with a crown on the top. The other flags you see, very similar to that. They are called Union flags. Today this warship is an extension to the Imperial War Museum. I mean, you just look how much fun these people, they are having on the warship. They all thought they was coming shopping today, all being dragged around the warship. It is quite interesting though. You've got 9 decks to get through on the HMS Belfast. We're meant to be stopping here to the left. This is our destination here. This is Tower Pier on the left. Shall we take them down to the bridge, Captain? What do you want to do? They look lovely people. Shall we take them? They're very smart, yeah. We're going to take you down to the bridge, ladies and gentlemen. We don't often do this, so have your cameras to hand. We're meant to be finishing the tour right. You would have been taken into Traitors Gate on the River Wall, up to Tower Hill. Your head, it would have been chopped off. If you were a celebrity, your head was dipped in a barrel of tar. It was placed on a spike, placed on London Bridge to warn off any wannabe traitors. Years ago, was known as London's most gruesome torture. Unfortunately, we do not have the punishments in London today. We have far greater ones now. We got a thing called community service. The Tower of London. The part that opens is the middle. That's the most important section. The centre basculaires. They open 90-degree angle in 90 seconds, and it allows the larger vessels into London. The bridge is only closed for 1 day of the year. There is only 1 day it doesn't open up. Does anyone know what day it could be?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, very popular answer. Everything shuts down on Christmas Day. Tower Bridge stays open. You will kick yourselves when I tell you. The only day it doesn't open is the day of the London Marathon. We don't often go down to the bridge. We don't want to get sacked. So keep it to yourselves. A little treat for you on the tour this morning. So as we go into the pier, just grab yourselves a seat because these boats, they don't have brakes. We use the tide to slow us down. There's always a chance we have a little bump.
So guys, that was amazing. I just came out from this city cruise tour, man. It was really dope. Yeah, amazing. I got to do it. Yeah, so if you want to see London from the water side and get to learn a little bit of the things that you keep seeing every time, this is the place to be. Now I'm gonna go and look for some food because now I'm getting a bit hungry. So let's do this. Kish my world, London City.